Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 6th of Jan, first Friday of the new year. And guess what? The news we've been waiting for all week is coming out today, US time. So non-farm payroll unemployment rate will be coming out from the United States today, this afternoon, our time, but you're going to have to check out if you're in a different time zone what time that's coming out in yours. Now, let's take a look at the market. Euro dollar I've got in front of me. Yesterday, I did mention that there'll be sell and buy levels here, and I didn't really recommend mucking around in the market here because in the middle of the range, it's really not a safe place to trade. So the best spots were that resistance and support levels. And if you did sell it off here from yesterday, as you know, it was also on our blog, I do believe, that 1.06010 area was a good sell-off level, and the market kind of sold there. Well, not kind of, it did sell there. It went down about 25 points, as you can see, just over that from there, from 1.0609 to there. You can see 1.0573 there. So that's good enough to cover your trade, move your stop to closer levels. So even if it goes pear-shaped, you got something to take home with you. Now then, what we're going to do later on with the dollar franc and so on. But now we're going to wait for the news, because in the news this could go anywhere. Okay, so just be mindful about that. If the news comes out and if it's sour, it might just go up and then they might shoot it down again. So it's going to be a bit tricky. So just be mindful about the news. And let's draw another resistance line over here, which is right there, coming from top to top. And we might in fact take this there, and since this level is no longer relevant for us because we already entered that and took profit, you can say this. Actually, yesterday I had a trade to sell here, and then it came down. I took partial profit, and then there was a support here which was there, as you can see, and it just had a lot of problem breaking that. So I closed that just on the bounce back up here, and kind of like left it at that, and won't be trading until the news this afternoon. All right, so hang in there. Once the news comes out, obviously we're going to discover which way the market's going to go, and then we can take action afterwards. Now, a good way to trade this is this: if the market, due to bad news, spikes up first, what it might do is just find a level to sell off. And that level might be all the way up here or all the way around this 1.0720 region there, around here. The reason I say that is that 1.0720 region is a weekly level. So the market might just shoot up there and sell off, or it has a lot of potential to go skyrocketing up again to this 1.08 level as well before it sells off. So I wouldn't take any risks. I'd just be mindful that if the market went up to those levels, it'll be a level to short. If the market pushes it down first, I'd say we'd be looking for a buy spot, and this level would be the good buy spot level here. And in fact, if I just drew this line as well, support to support, this area is obviously going to be a good one to kind of pop down. If it does pop down this far, to take profit up. My expectation is that the market will go up first and then they'll start to sell it off. So that's my expectation on the market for the euro dollar. Dollar franc, obviously, same kind of scenario from the opposite end of things. I'm still long on the dollar franc. I think dollar franc's going to go up, and what I'd be looking at today is the market coming down in order to go long again, and this is why I still have left this line here, 1.00394 level. I still think this area or slightly under there here, this 50 region, which is the, let me just highlight that as well so we see what I'm talking about. 0.9950 region are both levels where the market could give us some support, and then the market will just take it up from there. So my expectation is that the market will come down the dollar franc in order to be bought again, and that's what I'm looking at for today. Pound dollar, this is the same thing I reckon with the euro dollar. It's a nice move up. Let's do this. We can now delete that. What I think is going to happen with this one, according to technical analysis that we're doing, let's just get rid of a few lines and let's refresh ourselves, shall we? A few new lines here would be great. As you can see, we have a level up there, so a spike up in order to sell is not a bad option. Also, let me just get rid of this line. Maybe I should just move it here. That looks a bit better, yeah. So now for today, all right, as you can see, the market is in between these lines here. So what we want to do is just wait for the news. If it pulls up, I think resistance levels are always good to sell and support levels are good to buy. So according to the direction that it moves to, I think that's going to be the region there, and it's going to be the region here for sells up there, buys up here. And let's see how that eventuates today. Dollar Canadian. Now, this level we did mark down as the market would be coming down, because I was expecting the market to come down. That's fine. This is also a pair we were looking to buy. So where we're going to buy it, let's see where the market bounced off. This might pretty well come all the way back down to this trend line. If it does, I wouldn't miss it. We'd be definitely buying the dollar Canadian around here. Okay, so this 1.3111. Okay, if the market popped its head down here, this is a great buy from here in order to kind of go all the way up. This is a huge range, as you can see, from 1.3110. It could go all the way up to back here, and that's kind of, you know, we can expect that to happen, or even from here to up there. It's still half a range. You'll still have about 200 points there without any problems at all. So that's definitely worthwhile following it up. If it does kind of creep down, I think it'll be good to buy. The Aussie dollar. Now this currency pair we're expecting for the resistance levels to be around here, and the up target was there as well. Let's get rid of that. This is no longer relevant now that we're here. But as you can see, the market nicely on the 50 level here. So possibly from around this level, the market would start to sell off, and that's, yeah, that's that area here. In fact, let me do something a bit more clever. And there, that's it. So if the market did spike up around here, I think that's really nice for the market to sell off. Dollar yen, we're looking to buy the dollar yen, no doubt about that, and we're just waiting for the news to happen. That's all. Other than that, I think this currency pair is ready to be bought, and if the news was not out, we'd be definitely in this in long in any case. And I think the market would have picked up before as well, even if there was no news. So during the news, I think we're going to come down a little bit back to this area. That'd be nice. It's a good support level there, a nice resistance level there. So the moment the market kind of backs down, what you want to do is just push up with it. You know, that's about it. Just you're there, keep pushing up, and then take it from there. Let's take a look at gold. There we go. Now today we're going to do a video soon, so don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Andrew's going to give us an up-to-date on the gold, and we'll see where that ends up. As you can see, we have this nice up move on the gold, and Andrew will tell us where to kind of look out for the supports and the resistance if you're trading gold. So that'll be a good insight today when we're doing the video and putting it on Facebook. Don't forget to watch that as well. Gold, as you can see, we've got this channel happening here, but with the news, anything can happen. A good level, as you can see from the fall all the way it took from there. If I turn this into a daily, you'll see it much better. Gold had this huge fall, and we drew this before. So what we might expect with the gold is a push back down in order to go up. All right, because that's a nice channel that's the market's kind of holding on to here, as you can see. The tops are there, and the kind of bottoms, let's see, there's another bottom here. Okay, so that's going to be a region where the market might just push it down. It'll be nice and good to buy there in order to follow up all the way to the top of the channel there. So we'll take a look at that, and we'll definitely get some insight from Andrew today later on around 11:30. Let's take a look at oil. Now oil yesterday We had a big fall yesterday. As you know, we were expecting the market to come to 60, but yesterday I said that's a question mark. We don't know yet. So as you can see, we're in the middle of the channel here, and middle of a channel is definitely not a good place to be bargain hunting. So what you want to do is make sure that the lines that we draw here, where if you draw your support and resistance, just wait for those support and resistance levels, and once the price comes there, it's a really good opportunity to buy at those support and resistance levels. So that's good to wait for. I wouldn't really mess with the Brent at the moment. I think there are better assets to trade. I think currencies are better to trade, but there are some oil freaks out there. So what can I tell you? Just wait for the support and resistance levels to hit before you trade, and don't take a lot of risk around here. And let's take a look at the DAX. Now the DAX still hang around in this area, which we anticipated for it to come to, that 11,500. As you can see, it's still around that level. Just with respect to the news, I think the market's going to be waiting for that news to happen today, and it's going to act accordingly. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe it'll just touch up here and then start coming down for a retracement due to this big move that it went through. As you can see, a big move here and then another big move there. So maybe it's time for the market to kind of like start to cool down and come back a little bit, and we'll see what happens after that. But I'm definitely a bit more bearish now, because I think this bull run for the moment is over. Especially we're going to have to wait for Trump to come in as well this month into office, and now with the news coming out today, I think it's all at a similar date. So we're just going to have to sit and wait and see what the news brings us. But I'd be more inclined to go bearish on the indices at the moment, simply because they've had that big hike. With the Dow as well, I drew this line. With the Dow is a bit more interesting. What they've done with the Dow, opposite to the DAX, is this. Although on the DAX the price is still around here, the indicators haven't really fallen. So there's not a lot of power accumulation there to really push for a big up. That's why the news is important today, because if the news comes out, then that power will be there. But with the Dow, even though the news isn't out, and we drew this resistance level here, and I drew this triangle here before, as you can see, the market is staying kind of loyal to that triangle. If it breaks above there, I think that'll be a good opportunity for the market to go all the way up to 20,300 levels. So we could expect the Dow to head up there. Like I said, the beauty about this thing is, although the prices haven't come down, what has come down are the indicators. So that's kind of giving us that there's something cooking on the upside. So the market might just be pushing it up when the news comes and take it all the way up there. So it's worthwhile to keep an eye on that for you. I hope that helps. Keep an eye out for our video on FaceTube coming up soon around lunchtime, and good luck with your trading today, and be careful with your money management due to the news. All the best and have a great weekend.